long while back, I did a turnaround for an educational software company out in Texas. And on the sales team, there was this lovely woman named Beverly. Beverly was significantly overweight, and we all knew about it because she complained about it constantly. One day, I walked into the conference room where another team member was talking about having just signed up for a half marathon. I walked right in when Beverly said, "Oh, I wish I could do that." And I turned to her and I said, "Well, Beverly, most certainly you can," I said. She replied, "I could never do such a thing. I get winded going up a small flight of stairs." I said, "If you want to, you can choose to do what your friend is doing," I told her. She balked, saying, "There's absolutely no way, even though I'd love to be able to do that." To see if she had any actual motivation for this, I asked her, "So Beverly, why would you even want to run a half marathon?" She said, "Well, my 20-year high school reunion is coming up next summer, and I just heard that Katie is going. And I'd love to look fabulous for that. But I've gained so much weight since I've had my second child 5 years ago, so I don't know how I could do it." Bingo, I thought. I don't know who this Katie is, but she's gonna be my Apollo Creed to her Rocky. If I could have gotten a picture of her, I'd have taped it to Beverly's bathroom mirror. I said, "Well, if you really do want to do this half marathon, Beverly, I can show you how to do it. I can show you how to run that half marathon painlessly, if you're interested." She said, "There is no way you could show me how to run a half marathon painlessly." I said, "So, we got a deal?" I asked. Skeptically and reluctantly, she said, "Yeah, sure." Here was the plan that I made for Beverly. I told her, "Okay, all I want you to do tonight when you get home is just map a mile route around your house with your car. Just a 1 mile loop. Just drive it, just so you know where a mile is around your house. And then over the next 2 weeks, just walk that loop 3 times for the next 2 weeks. You can walk, right?" I asked her, rolling her eyes. She responded, "Yeah, I can walk." "Great," I said. "Just walk the mile loop 3 times over the next 2 weeks. Easy peasy. Then come back to me for the next stage of the plan." "Oh, great," she replied. Key point here, start with something small, something easy, something someone can already do, no problem. You're only training a new habit, not the actual endeavor to start. And that's a key point. When she came back 2 weeks later, I said simply, "Okay, just keep walking it, but 3 times per week over the next 2 weeks. We're just walking it, no big deal," I reminded her. Again, you are only building momentum, ingraining the simple discipline and reinforcing success. When she came back after another 2 weeks, I said, "Okay, now all I want you to do is just a slow jog until you get breathless. As soon as you get breathless, I want you to stop and start walking." So, what's happening here is she's making progress. But if she gets defeated, becomes breathless, she can go back to her new default, which is walking. But without preset permission built in, her feeling of defeat would likely have her quit altogether. Beverly got up to 1/4 of a mile. She got up to a half mile. Then she got up to 3/4 of a mile. It took her 3 weeks to get 3/4 of a mile. After 2 months, she was finally able to run a full mile. Now you're probably saying to yourself, a mile? A half marathon is what, 13.1 miles? There's no way this woman's going to be able to run a half marathon. Hang on now. What you don't know is that we have ignited the magical power of the compound effect in her. I then told Beverly, "Okay, from this point forward, all I want you to do is increase 1/8 of a mile every time you go out. That's just 300 steps further each time, no big deal." Well, by this small, seemingly insignificant increase each time, by the end of 6 months, she was running 9 miles without any discomfort at all. In 9 months, she was running 13.5 miles regularly, more than the distance of a half marathon, as part of her running routine. More exciting, though, is what was happening in other areas of her life. Beverly lost her cravings for chocolate, a lifelong obsession, and the taste of heavy, fatty foods. Gone. The increased energy she felt from the cardiovascular exercise and better eating choices helped her bring more enthusiasm to her work. Her sales performance doubled during the same period, which was great for me. Beverly dropped more than 50 pounds in the process, and yes, looked fabulous for her 20-year high school reunion, making the former Mean Girls cheerleading squad and the homecoming queen, Katie, green with envy. Since I last heard, Beverly has run 4 full-length marathons. When she swore to me, she couldn't even climb up a small flight of stairs. Now, if I had told Beverly at that beginning point, all right, Beverly, here's what I want you to do. I want you to run 4 full-length marathons. She never would have begun in the first place. But by using the almost magical power of the compound effect, she did all that without any pain all along the way and produced her fantastic transformation of body and spirit. The greatest result of all, she told me, one that she didn't anticipate, was the positive impact her newly healthy lifestyle had had on her now 3 girls by her example. Does Beverly's example inspire your own courage to go after some big goals? Would you like the almost magical power of the compound effect on your side to do it? If so, I want to tell you, you most certainly can. If you really want to, you can choose to do it, and I can help you. Here's what I want you to do. Join us in our 6-week Jumpstart program, and I will help you build a plan integrating the principles and power of the compound effect into your life uniquely. Do it now. Go to jumpstartmysuccess.com and tell us, what is the big goal that you want to use the compound effect to achieve? Declare it in your Darren Daily Journal and share it with us in the comments below.